Today I'm making another pair of these pants with a few small adjustments. And while I'm working on them, I want to share a few things I wish I knew when I started sewing. Not instructions, just a few ideas that would have made the process much easier for me. When I started sewing, I mostly learned through instructions. Looking back, I think it would have helped just as much to simply watch someone sew, to see how things come together in real time. So today, I'm inviting you to just follow along and be part of the process. Another important piece is fabric. The same pattern can look completely different depending on the weight and how the fabric behaves. I started building a small swatch collection to develop a better sense of what different fabrics actually feel like and what they do once you start working with them. Over time, I also realized that you don't have to stick to one size. You can blend between sizes or adjust patterns to get a better fit, and that can be a real game changer for some of us. One thing that confused me at the beginning was sizing. Your body measurements are not the same as the finished garment measurements, and the difference between the two is called ease. Once I understood that, reading patterns and working with patterns started to make a lot more sense. Then there are small details you only learn by doing. I once cut notches deeper than the seam allowance and ended up with tiny cuts visible from the outside. I still wear those pants, but now I take a second look before every cut. What made the biggest difference for me, though, was changing how I think about the process itself. Instead of seeing sewing as one continuous task, I started breaking it into steps, cutting the pattern, cutting the fabric, sewing, finishing, and maybe even redoing. Each step becomes a natural stopping point, and that makes it much easier to come back, even on days where I only have a few minutes. The project still moves forward. Always move the needle before using a zipper foot. Always press your seams. And always put away your bed. And there are also small technical adjustments that improve the result. For top stitching, a slightly longer stitch length usually gives a much cleaner finish. You don't always need an overlock machine. A simple zigzag stitch can be enough. The only difference is speed. Along the way, I also learned something that is difficult to grasp at first, and that is how to handle the fabric at the machine. In areas like waistbands, multiple layers, notches and directions come together. One layer needs to stay flat while another is being guided in. That's where I started to understand what manipulating the fabric actually means. It's not just about letting the machine sew, it's about guiding the fabric through it with intention. And maybe, most importantly, the difference between a beginner and a more experienced sewist is not the number of mistakes, it's how quickly you recover, adjust, and continue. Over time, things that once felt complicated start to feel much more natural.
All of the time. And all I wanna do is make him mine. Said it. All I wanna do is make him mine.
These are all small, tiny things, but they made sewing a much more enjoyable journey for me. I'm still learning with every project, and I'm already looking forward to the next one. Now, I wish you peaceful making and thanks for watching.